First up, the Bristol, Virginia landfill no longer taking trash, but that is going to cost the taxpayers of Bristol, Virginia.
Yeah, the landfill is no longer bringing in money for the city. It has long been a subject of public outcry over its noxious smell. And since it's moving toward permanent closure, the focus now moves to finding the money to do that.
The landfill also has received warnings from state regulators for failing to monitor stormwater runoff over the first half of the year, something else that could cost the city quite a bit of money. John Janko, he's live now in Bristol, and he was at tonight's meeting.
Yeah, he asked city leaders about any potential fines and what comes next for the landfill. Good evening, John.
Josh, Sarah, with the landfill now closed, Bristol, Virginia Vice Mayor Neil Osborne tells me the city's trash is going to Bluntville. He says the city will pay the at-gate rate at the advanced disposal landfill there in Bluntville. It's going to be a costly move for the city, though, as they move forward with permanently closing the landfill.
There's going to be a recurring cost without any kind of associated revenue line item coming in to cover it.
The Bristol, Virginia landfill no longer a revenue source for the city. Permanent landfill closure will be expensive. Osborne says the city will need to find the funding.
We're going to have continual monitoring this landfill for at least 20 or 30 years, and there's going to be a cost to that, for dealing with the water runoff and dealing with just the upkeep of the gas wells.
Osborne says it's too early to know how much moving the city's trash to Bluntville will cost. He says residents won't see any changes to trash pickup, but trash rates uncertain.
We don't know anything about what rates will be. There may be an increased cost down the road, but we can't say for sure.
As the city moves forward with meeting the expectations of the Virginia Department of Environmental Quality expert panel, Bristol might be preparing for significant fines from DEQ.
We pull $100,000 from beginning fund balance to pay for potential fines.
Both Eads and Osborne could not say what that potential fine might be. But just over 2 weeks ago, DEQ issued a warning against the city for failing to monitor the landfill's stormwater runoff. A violation would give DEQ the legal authority to impose civil penalties up to $100,000 under the state water control law. Osborne says the city recently hired a solid waste disposal fund director to prevent future violations.
We can't afford to make those kind of costly mistakes or overlook those things.
The DEQ notice does state the city can avoid legal enforcement should they take appropriate and timely corrective action.
Not only are we trying to avoid any kind of problem with DEQ, it's also the right thing to do for the citizens, so we're working on it as quickly as we can.
Osborne says the landfill will soon have adequate cover and temperature monitoring systems installed.
We're in uncharted territory, but we're doing our best to relieve the smell as much as we can.
That cover is a layer of dirt that goes over the landfill. In the city's lawsuit with Bristol, Tennessee, the deadline to have that installed was extended to October 10th. Live in Bristol, Virginia, John Jenko, News Channel 11.